Hey guys, welcome to another video. This video is going to be about the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Season 1 on Netflix, and it will have spoilers, so if you have not seen it, I'll give you some time to click off, like right now. Okay, good. They're gone. Anyway, so I watched Season 1 over the weekend, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Background, I am a huge Sabrina fan, the animated series. The one with Melissa Joan Hart. I hadn't heard about the one from the comic books when I was young in the 90s and the new millennium. Melissa Joan Hart was Sabrina, so. But the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina mainly depicts the comic book version of Sabrina. It's supposed to be like a spin-off of the show Riverdale, which is on the CW, which I have no clue what Riverdale is. I kind of had to look it up because it looks more like a young adult type show, and I'm not into that genre. It kind of explains, like, my first initial, like, after I saw episode 1, I was like, okay, this is not for me. It's very, it almost has that CW flair of, like, teenage soap opera drama. Not a fan of that. I'm hoping the whole season is not going to be like that. And I'm glad it wasn't. It kind of drifted from that like first episode, or first and second episode probably, was very much like soap opera-y, like Sabrina and Harvey are like really in love and they're like cutesy and all that, and they drag those moments out, which I'm not a fan of. So I was like, okay. But we do get into like the mysticism of Sabrina and her world from episode 1, episode 2, and kind of episode 3 kind of gets more and more, we get more and more into it. So really pleased about that. So my thoughts overall, like I said, the first couple episodes I was kind of drawn off. I was like, I don't know if this is for me, maybe for like more teenagers. But I have to say, as the season went along, it got my attention more. Overall, I did love it. I feel like the writing is really good. They portrayed Sabrina in kind of like an evil, like worshiping the devil type of way, which is another way to view Sabrina, as the bad one. We haven't really seen that depiction of Sabrina as like the evil witch. She's not really evil in a sense. She's still raised by her aunties. Her mom and dad are still dead in this version, and they worship the Church of Satan, basically, and that's their thing. They call him the Dark Lord. And so that's her whole thing. She's skeptical about putting her name into the Book of the Dead, which basically means that she has to be like a subject of the Dark Lord, and then the Dark Lord grants her powers and whatnot. And she's half witch, half mortal, so I guess in a sense, like, that's like a metaphor for her, how she is. She's good and bad in a sense. And so this whole season you see her play with that duality of trying to be good in the witch world that is like mostly bad, and she tries to like play both sides. We see that doesn't work well for her, because in the last episode basically she is like, her dark side is taking over now. I think season 2 will be really, really good, because we get to see Sabrina like more powerful and in this whole like dark element, whereas in the first season we're just seeing her kind of start to become who she is, and still try to hold on to what she loves in the mortal world, and Harvey and her friends. And I have to give it to all the actors. They did a really, really good job. I particularly liked Ambrose. I think Ambrose did a really, really good job. He was charming. He was Sabrina's cousin. Very charming, very, I don't know, I liked his character. It was really like a breath of fresh air. He had like a comical type of like presence, but still kind of like that, like skeptical, like, what are you doing, Sabrina? Like, Sabrina was getting into things and he'd be like, girl, what you doing? So I liked his character. And also the Weird Sisters, Prudence. I liked Prudence's role. I think she played a complicated bully very well. Like, I enjoyed seeing her transformation through the season, of being like straight evil to being like, I kind of have a heart, like, you know, I'll play along and try to be good for a little bit. I liked where they went with this story about her. I think it was a good idea to play with the duality of her, whether she's good or bad. And like the one thing everybody was saying was like, everything comes with a price, Sabrina. And she was like, no, I can have it both ways. And they were like, no, you can't have it both ways. Either you're good or you're bad. Like, you can't try to like put a foot in both worlds. Everything gonna turn out right. And so I think she realizes that, or kind of is coerced into that. And so she realizes that at the end. So I liked all those elements of the first season about like the more things about like the witch world and her aunt. I think they gave her aunt a really complex background. Like, they were trying to show Sabrina like the right way and to be with the Dark Lord and the Church of the Night, but they were still trying to like be loving and caring to Sabrina, and they kind of had a hard time, especially Zelda. They had a hard time playing that role and stepping in for Sabrina's mom and dad to like raise Sabrina. And she's a complicated child because she is half witch, half mortal, and so she still wants to be part of the mortal world, and you know, and so that whole thing with Sabrina, it drives the aunties crazy. So yeah, I liked Sabrina's friends too. Rosalind and I forget another girl's name. Rosalind and Susie. I liked them in the storyline. I liked that they gave them, like, the writers did a good job of tying everyone together, which I think was I really appreciated, because I wanted to get to know each character, and so at the end I felt like I cared about them the way Sabrina cared about them, and I was like, okay, because we get some background and then we get some. With the 10 episode season, you're able to draw out these like complex stories of each character. And so I think we did that really well while still focusing on Sabrina and focusing on Sabrina's family. So yeah, that was I really enjoyed this first season. I will be watching season 2. I just hope they don't get like caught up in this like teenage like soap drama type thing, because I don't know, I feel like I'm a little old for that, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. But it wasn't too much in this first season. I appreciated it. I feel like it's for all audiences. I don't know if, I mean, feel like it's for all audiences. Yes, they go kind of more the evil route, but it's Halloween, so girl, I don't know what to tell you. It's Halloween. Just take it with a grain of salt. So, hats off to Sabrina the Teenage, girl, where am I at? Hats off to the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I would say it's a must watch. I binge watched it over the weekend, like I said. And I'm glad I did, because I had a good time and I felt more in the Halloween spirit watching it. So, if I had to rank it on the 1 to 10 scale, I would have to rank it a 7. I feel like there's room for improvement, but overall it was really good. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, or I hope you have seen it already, because I just spoiled the hell out of it for you. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and follow me on my social media. All of that ends in the description box. And I love you guys. See you in the next review. Bye.